Hello, I'm Dr. Raymond Hyde, and I work for the American School of Equine Dentistry, and I also make and manufacture equipment for equine dentistry. I've been a veterinarian for 35 years and working with horses' teeth ever since I graduated from vet school at Michigan State back in 1981. I work with one of my former students in manufacturing and inventing new equipment. It's Jerry of Jerry's Tools out in California. And we have actually co-invented some equipment, including the EZ Float, and now we have the MightyEZ Float. The reason I and Jerry invented this was that we're very interested in helping veterinarians and equine dental technicians meet the demands of the horse's dental needs. And we find that with this small battery-powered motor, you can avoid some of the complications involving electric cords, foot pedals, and things like that. By having this on your hip with a battery, we can simply turn this on, and then we can move around with the horse, working with the horse if we want to, so that equine dental technicians or veterinarians that elect not to sedate the horse when they're filing their teeth can simply do so. We can move around the horse and float them just like floating with our hand manual equipment, much the same way with the motorized disc, the applique or buckle burr. There's no question that this type of motorized technique makes it easier for us to get the job done, and it's actually very safe for the horse because these discs are not abrasive to the horse's tissues. If you touch this to the horse's tongue or to their lip by accident or even maybe on purpose, but we're not going to hurt the horse if this touches their tongue or their cheek or something like that as we're filing the teeth. Some of the other blades and stuff that we use are actually more aggressive, and some of the other motorized equipment is more aggressive. But with these diamond surfaces, we're very easily able to take care of the horse's dental needs, grinding down the incisors a little bit to level them out, taking off the sharp points, doing bitsies, taking down hooks, and we can even use this type of equipment to power diastema burrs and to do fillings and other more advanced dental needs of the horse. So our goal is to make our jobs easier, to provide the services, and also make it a little easier for the horse. The quicker we do the job, sometimes, maybe it's a little bit easier on the horse, a little easier on the owner. So we have an in-house company that actually manufactures this equipment in the United States, the hand pieces, and we've modified some standard Milwaukee motors to do the job. We do our own maintenance in-house through Jerry, and so anything that needs to be repaired, we send it to him and he takes care of it for us. So I'm just pleased to help to represent this product, and you can contact me through our website, ezfloat.net, mightyez.net, mighty-ez.net, or .com. Anyhow, look us up, MightyEZ. I think you'll find us. Thank you. Hello, I'm Dr. Raymond Hyde. I'm here representing the MightyEZ Float. This kit is available online through our website, and you can call me anytime if you have any questions. And when you order the MightyEZ Float, you have several options. The basic kit includes a battery charger to recharge your rechargeable batteries. You'll get 2 long life batteries, lithium, 20 volts, and along with that you'll get a warranty information. You're going to get a flex shaft, and an inner and outer flex shaft, and you also get the actual motor itself. This motor is made by Milwaukee, and it has a good warranty, and we've been using this now for a couple of years. We've had really good luck with it. So the basic kit includes the battery charger, 2 batteries, flex shaft that goes on the motor, and it comes with a case that has these foam cutouts so you can put your items in here. If you order the long shafts and the incisor shafts, etc., you can put them in this case. When you receive the MightyEZ Float, it's going to come in several components which you're going to assemble. I'm going to go through this with you for your information. You can just take these out of the packages. We're going to take out the battery charger. This is a 120 battery charger, so that you can just plug it into an external outlet to recharge. And then you're going to have these rechargeable lithium batteries. These batteries are the same as you would find at Home Depot or some other manufacturing outlets, and so they're easy to replace or add more. I have actually measured the run time on these batteries and found that they run for over 1/2 of an hour each, and that you can recharge a battery by the time the one is run down, the other one will be recharged in the battery charger. So when you get to the barn, you can just simply put one of these into your charger like this, and the light will turn red if it needs charging. When it's done charging, it'll turn green. Usually you can do, maybe 3 or 4 horses. And then when the battery that you're using gets dull, of course you're going to switch it into this charger so you keep running all day long. Okay, the motor itself is very strong and very reliable. And when it comes to you, it's going to have a clip that you can put onto your belt, and this clip is removable. It slips off and on, but this allows the motor to swivel on your belt if you like to let it swivel like that. You can also use a magnet like this and just put it right on a headstand or something like that, because the magnet also will suspend the motor if you'd like to do it that way. There is a on and off switch right here, and then this is your rheostat control that speeds it up and slows it down. You screw it in to speed it up, screw it out to slow it down. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put the shaft on. This is a Fordham shaft, and it comes with directions. Okay, it's very simple. If you've used Fordham equipment before, it's the same thing. And what you want to do is just take it out of the packaging, and there's what's called an inner shaft with a key on the end. This key is what goes into your drive shaft of your hand pieces and it makes them spin. This is called the key. What I would do is take this apart like this, and what you want to do is put the inner cable, which is this aluminum part here, you put this on this little gray connector piece, is what connects to the motor. You slide this in and then put this cable inside. And as you put the cable in, you want to apply some grease to this cable as you insert it. Not a lot, but a little bit, just to keep it lubricated. And then what you do is you set this, with this little screw right here, you can set the depth of how far you want the key to stick out the end. So I'll give you a demonstration here on how to assemble this. What you're going to do is take your this little set screw right here, and you're going to put it on the flat part. There's a flat part, and you slip it on like that, and then we're going to use a little screwdriver to tighten this on. And this only takes you a couple minutes to set it up when you get it. Make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, then this goes on here like this, and this is what we call a reverse thread. Okay, what that means is you normally would be screwing this off the direction I'm turning, but by screwing it the normal clockwise direction, I'm actually screwing it on, so it's going on backwards, so to speak. You have to remember this when you go to take it apart, otherwise you're going to have a hard time releasing it. Okay, then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at how much this little key is sticking out the end. This is not quite enough. It really should stick out about 1 inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust how much it sticks out the end by adjusting this little set screw right here. This little set screw right here, I'm going to loosen it, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it stick out more by pushing it. Whoop, here it came. See, that's about 1 inch. Okay, that's actually very good. Maybe about knuckle length, like this. Okay, now that we have it at the length that we want, what we're going to do is we're going to set the screw so it doesn't change. So I tighten this down tight. There we go. Now we're ready to basically use our EZ Float. What we're going to do is put this battery in here like this. It just slips in. And there's these little things that kind of lock it in place, these little tabs right here. So when you want to release it, what you do is you squeeze those together. See how it just kind of locks in there and won't come out? Well, if I squeeze right here, it pops right out. So when you go to change the battery, that's what you're going to do. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll turn this on, see if it's working. And right now it's not. There it goes. Okay, so you can see how the end of it is spinning. And if I want to, I can speed this up by screwing in this screw right here. If I want to turn it off at any time, just press the button. If I want to restart, press the button. You can slow it down by screwing it out. So this is a big advantage, because if you want to start with the horse on slow and get the horse used to the noise, you can turn it down low. Then as the horse gets used to it, of course, we're going to speed it up. Faster you speed it up, probably the faster you're going to get the job done. So you can see that this assembly process is actually quite simple and not complicated. This particular key shaft allows you to put it on any types of normal hand pieces that you would use. Your incisor burrs, your canine burrs, your buckle burrs, and disc and apple cores. All these normal hand pieces that you might already have would fit on this just like normal. This is a standard Fordham outer shaft and inner shaft. So the Milwaukee motor system that drives it is very compatible with your existing equipment if you already are in the business. Of course, when you have the option of buying the hand pieces and other instrumentation from us if you're interested in getting a complete kit, which I will go over next. Okay, when you order your MightyEZ float with the long shaft and the diamond disc, you're going to get the standard battery charger. You're going to get an extra battery plus the battery that's already on the piece of on the motor. So we'll take this out so you can see. I'm going to run through how to hook this up to your shaft and get it going. Okay, it's going to come with some grease. This is food safe grease. In other words, it's not going to hurt the horse's mouth or anything like that. And there are other sources of this type of grease, but this is like a restaurant grade grinder grease, that type of an idea. It's going to come with a little grease pump that you can use to actually put the grease into your handpiece. If you order it with this extra long handpiece, it's going to come like this. This is a standard handpiece that can be used to drive either a apple core or buckle burr. And I'll go ahead and show you these optional items that you can also obtain. This is called the apple core here. And you simply just screw this in like this. And it goes in very easily. Whoop. Easier said than done, right? Okay, here we go. Here it goes. It slides in. And you're going to get a T handle that when you go to tighten it, what you want to use is actually put this little key shaft T handle into the handpiece to keep it from spinning as you tighten it. So I've engaged it. Now you notice that it's now spinning when I move the T. So all I have to do is hold this firmly as I tighten and move the T, and I'm tightening it on there. If I want to remove it, I'm going to slip this in here like this, engage it, and then just reverse the thread. So this would be the apple core. And then we have the buckle burr, which is the same idea. Just screw it on here very quickly with the T in the end. It's very easy to do, and tighten it, and then you're ready to go. You want to change it, just reverse it, take it off. Okay, so these are two optional items that you can purchase. These are diamond coated, and you can do probably 300 horses or so with either one of these pieces of equipment before you'd have to replace it. That's just an approximation. The standard kit will come with the grease gun and the grease, but it also will come with this guard. Okay, this is for the disc. This is a diamond disc. This is a standard 1-inch diamond disc, and these discs usually run about $100 approximately, and you can usually do a few hundred horses with them before they get dull, depending on what kind of horses you're working on. But basically what you're going to do is put this guard on like this and kind of slip it on here, and then you're going to put your disc on, just kind of start to thread it in here. Okay, kind of get it started. Then what you're going to do is take your Allen key and just tighten your guard on at the height that you want. See, I'm pulling it out so you have the guard is completely protecting the disc. You'd have to use on the teeth like this. If you want a little reveal on your diamond disc, I can pull the guard back a little bit. Maybe I'd like to do incisors or something like that with this, or maybe on the occlusal surfaces of the cheek teeth. And so by having a little of reveal, then you can see that it sticks out a little bit. Okay, so when you put this on, you want to tighten it with your hand on the T. Again, use the T to tighten. And one thing you can do is either use circle pliers that hold this, or you can use a regular set of pliers to hold this tight as you engage it. When you're actually using this on the occlusal surface of the horse's teeth or grinding their teeth, taking off the points, it spins in such a way that it tightens the disc back on. Okay, so it keeps the disc in place. So the way that it spins actually helps to tighten or keep the disc or buckle burr in place. Okay, so once you've got this on here like this, now you're ready to go. So what you do is you take this little key And there's a flange that it has to fit into on your hand pieces. And what you do is you rotate this a little bit gently until that little flange lines up with the key. See, it just lined up. Now it just pops in place. There is a little ball right here and a clip. This little ball is what keeps it in place in what's called the detent. So if you notice, there's a little groove right here. This little groove is what the ball bearing locks into. So when you circle this like this, spin it, you're now in the groove, and then it pops in place and it won't fall off. So you're ready to go. All we have to do then is press the button and we're off and running. After you've done 2 or 3 horses, we like to go ahead and grease it. We call this the grease port right here. There's a little ball bearing in there on a valve, like a spring valve. So when you take your grease, you fill this grease container up. What we do is put this gently into the hole and just kind of push the ball down a little bit, and then we start to pump it, pump it, pump it. Usually a few pumps, and you'll notice that the disc will pop out a little bit and it becomes harder to turn. That means you've now got the grease where you want it. If your grease comes out around as you're trying to put it in, well, you need to line it up a little bit better to get that proper fit. One thing I like to do is take a little needle and clean out any tooth dust or brush before I put the grease in. I don't want any tooth dust to go into the grease because that would be abrasive on the gears. I've known people that have done over 2,000 horses without rebuilding the gears if they keep them greased regularly. So basically, these gears do wear out eventually. They may be after, 1,500, 2,000 horses. You have to send it in. We have an in-house repair shop, and for a very reasonable price, we can replace or rebuild the gears that are in the end here. If you do not grease this, the bearings will not last that long. When you get the MightyEZ kit, it comes with several options. You're going to get the standard motor and the flex shaft cable. And if you'd like, you can order the long shaft with the disc and the guard. Okay. You also have the option of getting additional hand pieces. You can get the apple core and the buckle burr to go with the long shaft, but you can also use incisor hand pieces like this. This is a disc that is made for doing incisors and canines. It looks very nice. And it works just exactly like the large handpiece as far as putting it on here like that. You can also buy additional equipment like this. This equine dental tool is very good at rounding canines. You just put it on the canine tooth and round it around. It has a little grease port. Everything else is the same. And that diamond surface will do hundreds of horses. I've also used this to actually do the little bit seat on little minis that are driving minis. Kind of nice. Another type of hand piece would be like this. You can put whatever you want on here, like cutting burrs, cutting wheels. You can put a cutting wheel on here so that the MightyEZ Flow can also power a standard cutting wheel. Just slip it on like this. This is a standard large Fordham handpiece. There it goes. Okay, so you can put a cutting wheel on here. You can put a ball burr if you like using a ball burr. It's very handy. Okay, and another type of incisor burr. It's more aggressive. I really like these because it'll take a lot of tooth off quickly and it's very safely. This one is inexpensive, very long lasting, and these burrs are not that expensive to replace. Instead of using diamonds, we're actually using a carbide steel here, and so this also just slips on like normal. And this I use for doing incisor work. It's really nice. Very carefully I can do some canine work with this also. So these are some options that you can include when you place your order, and all powered very easily by the MightyEZ Float.